So here's the thing, you're not here by accident. I don't care if you think you clicked on this by mistake, if someone sent it to you, or if you were just looking for something calming. There's a reason you're here. Maybe you can feel it, that little pull in your chest, that faint whisper in your head that says, stay, because part of you knows you need to hear this. We're gonna talk about Zen stories, sure, about Buddhist wisdom, yeah. But this isn't gonna be some floaty incense in the air, sit cross-legged, and hum kind of thing. This is going to get under your skin. This is going to pull at the part of you that's tired of your own excuses, the part that's desperate for peace, but also scared of it. Because peace requires truth, and truth will strip you naked. You want sleep, you want meditation, you want clarity in life. You can't get any of it if you keep carrying around all that noise in your head like it's your pet. You feed it, you let it curl up next to you, you give it a name, my stress, my anxiety, my trauma. You think it's who you are, but Zen says you're none of that. You're the space beneath all that. You're the sky. The clouds are just passing through, and yet here you are, building little houses for the clouds, holding onto them like they'll protect you. Here's the thing, nobody likes to admit peace is terrifying. You think you want it, but when you start to feel it, there's this weird panic. Because when the noise stops, you have to face yourself. No distractions, no drama to hide behind, just you. And if you've been running from yourself your whole life, that moment can feel like staring into a mirror you didn't know was there. Zen isn't about adding something new to you. It's not about becoming a better version of yourself. It's about removing all the extra nonsense until only the real thing is left. Like sculpting, you chip away the stone until the figure inside shows itself. But you know what? That chipping hurts. You've been carrying around this marble block your whole life, thinking it's you, decorating it, protecting it, defending it. And now I'm telling you, we're gonna take a hammer to it. Of course you resist. Let me tell you a story. There's a monk sweeping the temple courtyard. Another monk walks up and asks, "Why are you sweeping? It'll just get dirty again." The sweeping monk says, "I'm not sweeping to clean the courtyard. I'm sweeping to clean my mind." That's Zen. It's not about the result, it's about the act. It's about showing up, doing the thing not because it'll make the world perfect, but because it makes you present. Because right now is the only time you can actually live in. And yet, look at your life. How much of your day is actually spent in right now? Be honest. How much time do you spend replaying things that already happened? Like a bad movie you keep watching hoping the ending changes. How much time do you waste fast, forwarding in your head to some imaginary future where you finally have your life together? Zen says stop, not tomorrow, not after things calm down. Stop now, and here's the part where people push back. But my problems are real. My stress is real. My pain is real. Yeah, I know. So is mine. So is everyone's. Zen doesn't say your pain isn't real. It says it's not permanent. It says your relationship to it is optional. That's the part people choke on, optional. You mean I'm choosing to suffer? Yeah, sometimes you are, because suffering can feel familiar. It gives you a story to tell. Without it, who are you? Let me hit you with another story. A Zen student comes to the master and says, "My mind is restless. What should I do?" The master says, "Bring me your mind, and I will quiet it." The student says, "I can't find it." The master says, "There, I've already quieted it. You get it. You can't hand me your thoughts. They're just shadows, but you're walking around like they're concrete. You're acting like they own you. And here's the raw truth, most of your life isn't lived. It's remembered or imagined. You're asleep in this constant mental dream, and you think you're awake because your eyes are open. You're not. You're on autopilot, chasing things that won't matter in 10 years, scrolling through other people's lives, waiting for some magical day when you'll feel ready. There's no ready. There's no when the time is right. There's only now, this breath, this moment, And if you can't handle this moment without running off into your head, you'll never handle the next one either. So here's what Zen asks of you: radical presence. Not just when you're meditating, not just when you're listening to a calm voice before bed, but in the middle of traffic, while you're washing dishes, when someone cuts you down, when your mind wants to explode. That's where the work is, and yeah, it's work. People think Zen is lazy, like it's just sitting under a tree all day doing nothing. Nah, Zen is discipline. Zen is sitting with the itch and not scratching it. Zen is holding still when your ego is screaming for attention. Zen is looking someone in the eye and listening without planning your next line. Zen is saying, "I don't know," and not scrambling to fill the silence. You say you want a calmer life, but your habits are loud. You wake up, and the first thing you do is throw yourself into the chaos of a glowing screen. You've trained your brain to need distraction like oxygen. And now you wonder why you can't sleep without noise. You've forgotten what silence even sounds like. Here's a reality check: your mind won't quiet itself just because you wish it would. You've got to train it. Like a wild animal, it will run in circles until you teach it to sit. And teaching it to sit means patience. It means failing. It means sitting there with all your restless thoughts and not freaking out. That's the part people skip, the part where it feels uncomfortable. You want peace. You're gonna have to walk through the fire of discomfort to get it. You want sleep. You're gonna have to give up the little dopamine hits that keep your brain buzzing. You want clarity. You're gonna have to stop lying to yourself about what you can't control and start owning what you can. And let me tell you, when you finally get it, when the noise drops for just a moment, it's like the first deep breath you've taken in years. It's not flashy, it's not fireworks, it's quiet, but it's so powerful you'll wonder how you ever lived without it, and then you'll want more. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, when you lie down, don't grab your phone. Don't reach for the TV remote. Don't try to fill the air. Just breathe. Watch your thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky. Don't chase them. Don't grab them. Just let them go. Do it for 5 minutes. Tomorrow, do it for 10. Build it like a muscle, because the truth is, your peace has been here the whole time. You've just been too busy to notice. And if you can take nothing else from this, remember, the quiet isn't out there somewhere. It's not waiting in the future. It's here right now in you, waiting. So stop running, sit down, breathe, and finally, be. All right, let's go deeper. Because I know some of you right now are nodding along, thinking, yeah, I get it, this makes sense. But I also know what happens next. You'll finish listening. You'll feel all inspired for 20 minutes, and then your mind will drag you right back into the same loop it's been running for years. You'll go back to the comfort of your chaos. Why? Because chaos is familiar, and humans, we cling to the familiar like a drowning man clings to a sinking ship. We'd rather hold on to what's killing us than face the unknown. And here's the punch in the gut piece: is the unknown. Stillness feels like freefall if all you've ever known is noise. Let me put it this way: imagine you're in a room with a loud, ugly humming sound. You've been in that room so long you don't even notice it anymore. It's become the background of your life. Then one day the sound stops and it's weird, uncomfortable. You almost want to turn it back on just so things feel normal again. That's what happens when you start quieting your mind. It feels unnatural, even wrong at first. But that's only because you've confused habit with truth. And Zen is about smashing that confusion into dust. There's this story about a Zen master who kept a jug of water by his bed every night. One of his students asked, "Why do you keep it there?" The master said, "Because every time I wake up thirsty, I drink. And every time I wake up and I'm not thirsty, I don't." The student said, "That's it." And the master said, "That's everything. It's about noticing, no autopilot, no overthinking, just responding to the moment as it is. But let's be honest, that's hard for us, because we live in a world that worships speed. Everything's instant, fast food, fast scrolling, fast validation, but wisdom is slow. It grows in the spaces you leave empty, and most of you've filled every empty space in your life until you can't even hear your own thoughts anymore. You ever notice how uncomfortable people get when there's silence in a conversation? They'll start fidgeting, checking their phone, making some pointless comment just to fill the air. That's because silence is revealing. It's a mirror, and people don't like mirrors unless they're flattering. Here's the thing. Zen doesn't care about flattering you. It's not here to stroke your ego. It's here to burn away everything that's false. And you can't burn away the false without feeling the heat. That's why the path isn't crowded. Most people don't actually want to be free. They want to be comfortable. You want to know the real cost of peace. It's letting go of the stories you've told yourself about who you are. It's saying goodbye to the identity you built around your pain. It's losing the excuses you've leaned on for years. And that's terrifying. Because if you're not your wounds, if you're not your struggles, then what's left? Here's what's left: you, just you, the raw, unfiltered you, the you that's been there all along, underneath the layers you've been carrying like armor. But you're scared to take that armor off because you think it's protecting you. The truth, it's been weighing you down. There's another Zen story. A monk comes to his master and says, "I'm carrying too much. My life feels heavy." The master says, "Put it down." The monk says, "But I've been carrying it so long, I don't know how." The master says, "Then put it down gently." You don't have to rip your life apart overnight. You don't have to fix everything by the weekend. You just put one thing down, then another, and eventually you realize you can move again. And here's where I'm going to call you out. You already know at least one thing you should put down. One habit. One toxic relationship. One thought pattern, but you're clinging to it like it's air. You say you can't let go, but the truth is, you won't, because if you did, you'd have to face what's underneath. And you don't trust yourself to handle that. But I'll tell you something. You're stronger than you think. You've survived worse than silence. You've lived through nights you thought would break you. You've carried weights you thought would crush you. And you're still here. You think you can't handle stillness. You can. You just have to stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to walk in and tell you, "Okay, now you're ready." You're ready when you decide you are. And yeah, this is going to take discipline. That word people hate because it sounds like work. But discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is freedom. Discipline is saying, "I run my mind doesn't run me." And if you don't have that, you're not free. You want to sleep better. Stop dragging your whole life into bed with you. Stop carrying arguments from 3 years ago into your pillow. Stop replaying failures like a DJ stuck on loop. Let the day end when the day ends. That's Zen. Because here's the last hard truth I'll give you to. Life isn't going to slow down for you. The world isn't going to get quieter. The only thing you can control is the volume inside you. And if you don't learn how to turn it down, it will drown you. So tonight, put it down, not forever, not perfectly, just for now. One breath, one moment, one step toward the quiet that's been waiting for you all along. And when you find it, don't run, stay. Listen, everything we've been talking about, the noise, the chaos, the stillness, the fear of letting go, it all comes down to one thing: you, not your past, not your job, not the people who wronged you, not the things you think you're missing, just you and the choice you keep avoiding. You can keep living the way you've been living, on autopilot, chasing distractions, clinging to your excuses like they're life preservers while you're sinking in 3 feet of water. You can keep saying one day, and watch your life slip by in a blur of other people's noise. That's one option. Or you can stop right here, right now, and decide you're done being owned by your own mind. The truth is, nobody's coming to save you. There's no guru, no miracle, no perfect sunrise that's going to suddenly erase all the mess inside your head. That's your job, and it starts the moment you realize you're not your thoughts. You're the space they pass through. Peace isn't something you hunt down. It's not hiding somewhere far away, waiting for you to finally deserve it. It's been sitting in you this whole time, patient, quiet, watching you run circles around yourself. And it will still be there the moment you finally stop. But stopping takes courage. The kind of courage most people never find because they're too scared to face what's under the noise. But you're still here listening. That means somewhere inside you're ready. So here's my final ask tonight, before you close your eyes, before you grab your phone, before you drown in the usual noise. Just sit, one breath, then another. Watch your thoughts come and go without chasing them. That's it. No goals, no pressure, just be, because if you can master that, if you can master yourself, then there's nothing out there you can't face. And when the world starts shouting again, and it will, you'll know something most people never will. You'll know you're the one holding the volume knob. Now go and turn it down.